Alright, Blue-Green Nexus. People are probably going to ask, is this the build from the open? I honestly don't know. I don't think so. I think this is just a viewer-submitted build, but it's got a lot of similar cards. I'm pretty confident it's not the build from the open, because the build from the open had oozes in the sideboard, and this build does not. But core idea, ramp up some mana, ploop Wilderness Reclamation to play, start taking a bunch of turns, cast Krasis, cast cards, draw cards, etc. Have Blink of the Eye and Frilled Mystic as a little hint of interaction. Ooh. The Magic survey that WotC's running is here. Sure. Alright, so Just Dead can never win. This is, it probably is not a good ladder deck. That's great. God bless Ether Vial. Alright, well, they don't have a fourth plan. That's good. Our first few spells are getting countered, right? 'Cause, like, they don't have a fourth land, so they have 4 spells in their hand. Alright, I think I just go 3-3 into 4-4 here. Making the Tempest Shin bigger is smart on their part. Means that my 4-4 Krasis can't block it next turn. Huh. Let me kick Deckmaster. It's not showing up my side of the board. Yeah, Deckmaster might be Fubart at the moment. I think I just hope they don't have Spell Pierce here. I'm pretty sure it's not people that are having issues with Deckmaster. I'm pretty sure it's on my side. It's on their side, not on yours. I mean, the deck we played today wasn't a fair deck. It was we played a combo deck today. It just still wasn't good. Really doesn't have anything to do with fair or unfair. It's like bad decks are bad. Somebody call the police. There might be a robbery in session here. We might be about to steal this one. All right. I'll try and debug the Deckmaster thing after we're done with this match. Yikes. Yikes! Woo! Woo! That was close. That was close. All right. We passed that issue, so I think we should probably be good from here. Did you bring a coloring book, right? Asking the real question. So now we have 3 Azcanta looks here. The goal is that eventually we're gonna build up extra turns with Nexus. So like at some point we'll have 2 turns in a row waiting to be taken, and then we'll be able to, like, take a turn and play Hydroid Krasis instead of, like, struggling to find the extra turn card every turn. Perfect. Technically, I've not been optimal here. Technically, I should float mana with these, untap, and then Nexus of Fate before I draw cards, because you want as many Nexuses in your deck as possible when you draw cards. Alright, Sagittars Volley. This is definitely the matchup for that one. Probably not a Blink of the Eye matchup. I guess this might be a little bit clunky and slow. Maybe I leave a couple of blinks just for the tempo aspect of it. I think that's all I want to do. Yeah, you just make a giant Krasis and then attack twice in a row. Is exactly what you do. I think I mulligan this. It doesn't have a ramp spell. It doesn't have a search for Azcanta in it. It's only got 2 lands. This hand's better. It needs a second land, but it's very good. We've not good one, but Growth Spiral seems like everything that that archetype wants to be doing. That's not the blue source I want. Alright, well that's going to be better than missing, but hopefully we find a blue source next turn. Alright, well they're sort of slow, that's good for us. Deal. Afternoon, Larson. Hey, howdy. This Memorial to Genius would have been an untapped land. We'd be in a really good spot right now. But as is, we're probably in trouble. If the Memorial had been an untapped blue source, we would have had this in play already, and then be Chemister's Inciting this turn. Probably dead here. The shit is a pretty quick clock. I'm just trying some extra cards. We're probably dead here. Leave all the blinks in. I'm not sure my Frilled Mystic's card's a little expensive. Is this good enough? Doesn't really do anything, right? Wonder if Twitch is having audio issues this morning. The audio is definitely fine on my end. Someone else had mentioned they're having an issue though. Yeah, Deckmaster's down at the moment. Perfect. Stay right there. That bodes well well for us. Get 2 shots at a land. Hopefully we don't get... They don't have Spell Pierce. We'll be in a good spot. Untapped land. If we don't get pierced here, we're going to be in an amazing spot. Yikes. Do I have an opinion about Volley versus Crushing Canopy? Volley's much better against mono blue, and this deck probably has a pretty terrible mono blue matchup, so I kind of like playing the card that's better against mono blue in this deck. I think in general, in most decks, I prefer to play Crushing Canopy, but in this deck specifically, Volley makes a lot of sense. I mean, their clock is pretty slow here, and they're, like, having to spend mana every turn to make it a clock, so we're not in that bad of a spot, right? If Merfolk Trickster thinking about jamming down our throat here. Maybe a blink of the eye on Search for Azcanta. Lavinia. God, that just seems so narrow. I feel like any deck I could play that card in, I'd rather just have a counter spell. Yeah, Surge Rare is unblockable in this matchup. It is, can't be blocked by green creatures. Yeah, Deckmaster must be having server issues. My client side here is saying it can't connect to the server. My opponent AFK. Opponent. No, I don't think there's nothing salty about this. They must have gone AFK for some reason, or maybe they had a disconnect or a crash or something. I'm like, you could argue they're ahead at the moment, so I definitely don't think that's anything to do with salt. Yeah, we had like a random mid-game disconnection yesterday, and like I got right back in, but it doesn't mean everybody's gonna be able to get right back in necessarily. Or maybe they had real life come up, you know, stuff happens. Don't assume the worst because things happen sometimes. Looks like they're back. They must have had to disconnect or something. Yeah, they're mousing over stuff. Surveil predates Azcanta, and Surveil is a guild-specific mechanic. But yeah, what Azcanta does is effectively surveilling, except for the fact that flipping it is tied into when you're looking at the top card. So it's not quite the same, because the flipping it is all tied into the same ability. Mr. Beeps. Alright, Nexus is 5. Divination. I assume they're going to counter my 5/5, but draw 2, gain 2 is fine here. Yeah, the teamer control is actually already up on the website. I did website update the other day. So what did I add? I added teamer control, Sultai Nexus, and Jund Whirler. So if I bin my top card here, except for that one, we'll get to flip Azcanta. Sure. No, I don't want to discard this one. It's going to discard as soon as I let go. I hate that. I wanted to reorder the cards in my hand so I could look at them. And as soon as you click it, if you're only discarding one card, it makes you discard it. I think we're okay here, though. I think we're a pretty strong favorite to win at this point. You play Sagittars over the other one because Sagittars is better against mono blue, and this deck's got a real bad mono blue matchup. I assume the Palaka Worms are for the aggressive matchup. That's the tilt. We're down 2 reclamations now. Geez, this is 5, 9, 10. So we're going to 1 this turn. Full control makes you have to submit. That makes sense. Yeah, but where they could trigger horse twice, that's why I counted 10. I didn't Sagittars first, because if I Sagittars first, they just sacrifice Siren Stormtamer, and it doesn't matter. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 land short of activating this and casting this in the same turn, which really sucks. So hopefully we draw a land or a Wilderness Reclamation next turn. If we had an untapped non-breeding pool land, looking for a basic basically. If we draw that, we can start activating Azcanta and casting Nexus of Fate. Perfect. So I want to cast my Nexus of Fate before I activate Azcanta, so that way there are 4 Nexuses in my deck that I can refine. So Wilderness Reclamation is also a good hit here, because I have a turn in the bank already. So looking for that exactly. And now I get 2 Azcanta activations every turn. I could still miss here, but I get 8 looks, so hopefully not. Perfect. So in response to this trigger, float a bunch of mana. Resolve. Against this. Activate this. I'm going to take Root Snare here, because Root Snare gives me a redraw if I brick on finding an extra turn next turn. This is why you play the Mystic over a normal counter, because it sits here and attacks, by the way. Someone asked that earlier. Get that! Mythic double digits. Slow and steady. Onward, upward, backward, forward. How are you doing, folks? Good morning. Everybody's having a good Wednesday wherever you're at. Thanks for dropping in here today. Hanging out, playing some standard here with our Nexus of Fate deck. I think 3 lands, Fog, Wilderness Reclamation is like always a keep. We can't always have a Growth Spiral in the opener. I wonder how hard this matchup is. On paper, this looks like a bad matchup. Someone's asking about the Palaka Worm matchup. This is definitely the Palaka Worm matchup. Now we grind for top 8. Nope. Not even a little. Not even a little. You could theoretically combo on turn 4, but it's pretty unlikely. Do I just gain 3? I think I just gained 3. Just like use your mana. Stopping. Slowing down light up the stage is also worthwhile. Like, obviously they had the burn spell here to... they had the burn spell in order to, like, not get slowed down, but, like, if they didn't have the burn spell there, that's, like, pretty reasonable for us. So they have 3 cards in their hand. They have 3 attack on board, so we're going to 10. So they have to make up 10 points of damage here. Really boy, yeah. We're looking to draw lands here at this point. Throwing down to 9 on this attack. Honestly, we're probably bouncing the Chain Whirler here. So I untap my lands. They've got 3, 4, 5. So they need 4 points of extra damage here. So I'm gonna kick this and bounce this to their hand. Kicker lets me pay extra mana to draw a card here, which is nice. Alright, well, we really want to draw some lands here. We could be dead this turn, but on the off chance we're not dead, we're gonna take a bunch of turns in a row here with these Nexus of Fates. You bet a Mythic Championship based on how well you think different MPL players will do. Really? Where's that at? I want in on the gambling. Land. Give me a land. So, we're like gonna be annoying here and like take some extra turns, but we're actually not really doing anything because we're not making land drops while we do this. So we're probably dead. I'm gonna take a couple of extra turns here, but like the turns we're taking aren't really meaningful because all I'm doing is taking another turn on them. Yeah, it's like 7 mana. It's like free draw card, right? So like now this turn. This next turn that I take, I could theoretically, it's like now I have 10 mana total, but I don't have anything extra to do with this 3, so like on this next turn, I need to draw a land plus a Nexus of Fate, and then maybe I could get going. If I hit land plus Nexus here, we could be okay. That maybe gives me another turn. They only have to deal 3 to me here is the issue. So they have any kind of shock or anything like that, or lightning strike or skewer, I'm dead. But if their hand's just a bunch of creatures, we could be okay. Why Chemisters over Precog? Chemisters. I guess I was playing my 6th land out. Yeah, you're right. I could have precogged because I had the untapped land. Yeah, I could have precogged. Precog dug me deeper. I was counting being behind on my lands that entire time, and we just weren't behind anymore. If you're having audio issues, change your browser, clear your cache. It's definitely on Twitch's end. It's not on mine. I know Arena messes up on occasion and distorts, but that's not what's currently happening. There's some issue between Twitch and you if you're having audio issues. Dying to Mono Red, what is this best of 1? Nah, Mono Red's just a good deck. Board in the worms, board in some negates. Seems fine. Nah, I think the blink of the eyes are pretty good. I think the small amounts of tempo they generate are fine. Yeah, Gift of Paradise is interesting. I could see that being a reasonable card. Yeah, maybe the worm's just bad. I don't know. Like, if the worm's not coming in here, it's probably not coming in anywhere, right? Like, I agree the worm's not great. Is Gift of Paradise just better? If this was Gift of Paradise, it'd be pretty good here, huh? Does this deck need extra help against green black? I'd have to imagine this deck just dumpsters green black. Hopefully we draw an untapped land next turn so I can Krasis for 2 and just like get a blocker down. Probably did here. Flame of Keld with 2 cards in hand. Is that double land? Okay. Alright. Might have a chance. Morning Troll. That's a lot of 7 mana cards. We played a bad modern deck, so we were done in about 45 minutes. Yikes. Alright. We're still... The Modern has a pretty deep backlog at this point, so we're still kind of working through some of the more medium decks before I started rejecting things more aggressively. I'm gonna put out some Gift of Paradise in here. I think that actually sounds like a sweet idea for the red matchup. I want to both gain life and go faster, and Gift of Paradise does both of those things. Update the stream decker here. I'd encourage you to go watch the Mardu Angels video we played yesterday, Sargon. Everything goes to the YouTube channel, and I give a wrap-up section at the end. Yeah, I agree. The Gift of Paradise section seems great. Suggestion, it seems great. Hey, the dude Rants, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can ship that Twitch Prime to every single month here. Thanks for sending it here again. I think I just jammed the search for Azcanta here. They could have Spell Pierce, but like once they get to untap the following turn, they're going to be able to have like Wizard Retort and stuff like that up too. I think this is our best chance to get this resolved. Yeah, Terramander's definitely become the norm. Ramp it up. I'm doing this now while they're tapped out, so that way they can't counterspell me. Tasty Wonton, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Yeah, that person was in here too yesterday, Crumples. We banned them. I'm just gonna cash this in as a game 6. Use my mana this turn. Fill up the graveyard for the Azcanta. Huh. I'm gonna jam this here, because if they counterspell it, we get Spell Pierce, but we could play around it, but if this gets counterspelled here, we can flip Search for Azcanta next turn. Which seems okay for us. Deckmaster Overlay is currently down. They're having some kind of server-side issues. Yeah, lots of bad decks are fun. I don't really have an opinion on cards in this deck, GC Hero. Combo decks like this you usually do a lot of practice with to have good opinions on. Why do I need to do anything in the upkeep, chat? Why do I need to do things in the upkeep? I have a Frilled Mystic. I just get to do this now, and if they fight over it, I fight back. Am I dead next turn? I think I'm dead next turn. I guess I'm not guaranteed dead, because if they don't have a land and they tap out for this, I can blink it back to their hand, which is nice. So if they have an island here, I'm dead. Yeah. whenever people complain about the Nexus of Fate decks, I really just want to be like, you should really go play that deck a little bit. Because once you, well, I know it feels really bad being on the other side of the table in matchups like this. When you actually play games of Magic with these decks, you're like, oh, this deck isn't actually that good. It gets dumpstered by so many different things. And it's a very human response to, like, when you're like playing against the deck and it feels bad to play against it, you like want it to go away, but like these decks actually aren't that good. Especially in best of 3, where everybody gets to like roll up their sleeves and like sideboard a bunch of good cards against you. For people asking why I conceded without trying the blink, they had Siren Storm Tamer in play. They had it. The card was on the battlefield. That stopped my blink. Had nothing to do with thinking they had a card in their hand. This card sacrifices to counter a spell or ability that targets one of our things. So. Yikes. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think if Nexus gets banned, it's going to be based on, like, the eggs mantra, where, like, it's getting banned because it creates games of Magic that take too long, rather than because it's too good. Today might be a shorter stream. Christy had a cold for a while, and I've definitely caught it, so... Might just do 2 or 3 decks this morning and then go sleep it off. Yeah, the invitational games could be really, really tedious. There's a lot of people playing Nexus there, which there probably will be. It doesn't really go quick in paper, Foxicon. The amount of shuffling that happens in paper and Search for Azcanta activations take a long time a lot of the time. It's also really awkward for coverage. I'm kind of off this deck. I think, just to give a short, concise wrap, this deck's probably fine against mid-range and control decks, but, like, if you're playing against anything remotely aggressively slanted, you kind of just get run over with this deck. You don't combo consistently by turn 5, which is, like, kind of where the aggro decks are killing you at. And, like, just 4 Root Snares and 4 Growth Spirals as a way to get ahead does not feel good. So, yeah, I'm pretty off this, especially for the ladder. Just, like, sitting here trying not to die.